I'm Khunshawn. I'm 26 years old right now, and this is my life experience so far. I am wearing underwear, so you don't have to worry about seeing anything crazy. I'm currently in a water fast where I only drink water. I get it. It's called a water fast, and it's confusing for some people. It doesn't mean I'm abstaining from water. It means I'm abstaining from food. I didn't make the name of it. I'm just doing what it's called. Okay, so I've only been drinking water for 3 days now. Obviously I'm hungry, but I tell myself I'm not, and it gets me through the day. I plan on going 5 days, and if I can get to 5 days, I do want to try 7 days, and if I can complete 7 days, I do want to try one more on the 8th day, and then I plan on breaking fast, but I'll make a video of that when it gets there. So why am I water fasting? So essentially, like in my older videos, you can see like years ago, I had a character named Lamar, and I would take my shirt off. I would have a baseball hat and I'd have shades on. And essentially, like, I was super skinny, and I would use that as like a comedy, like, oh, look at me, I'm so skinny, right? Like, I would suck in a little bit so you could see my ribs, but I can't really do it now, right? So for the past year, I gained weight. I've been eating a lot, of course. Ordering food online is my pastime, but I wanted to change. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, oh man, I don't like what I see. Even currently, I don't enjoy what I see. Right? I used to be a gym bro. 2 years ago, I was in the gym. Minimum, I would go to the gym four times a week. At maximum, I would go 5 times a week. So 4 times I do PPL, and then on the 4th day I do like stuff like forearms, and I'll do like shoulders, and I would focus more on like smaller muscle groups like wrist. I would even do wrist workouts, and then I started doing martial arts, and essentially when I got into martial arts, I started enjoying that way more than I enjoyed doing just like the gym, right? Instead of doing PPL, I was like, let me just do martial arts. And I could see myself getting better. I was moving faster. My techniques were getting better, but also, I saw my limitations. So for those who don't know, I was in the military, and the military messed up my back, my lower back. And it also messed up my hip, which I found out through martial arts, right? So I'm over here doing kicks. I can kick with the left leg, technique, fine. But then when I kick with the right leg, it's like I'm dragging it. And it's like, why am I dragging it? And it's like my hips locked up, my hips aren't good. So I started going to physical therapy, and they told me, oh, your hips messed up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, so let me do some yoga. So that led me into doing yoga. So, I went from being a gym bro to being a yoga guy, and now I'm back to doing martial arts. I still do yoga stretches to loosen up my hip, because this is like my hip is like an ongoing issue. Like, so I do have a fight coming up next month, June 8th. I do have a martial arts tournament I am going to compete in, and I do plan on winning, because if I signed up for it, I might as well go for the gold. At least that's what I tell myself. Who knows? You never know. I still need to find a corner man, right? That's still something I need to do. But besides that, I'm in it to win it, because that's just who I am. Yeah, 26 years old, man, living in Southeast Asia. I like it. I love it. I love Thailand. I really do. But, now that I'm like laying out my track record, it's like I've done a lot of stuff, and at the same time, I feel like I haven't done enough. But that's, just part of human nature. I've definitely been, doing introspection, meditate, right? It's part of yoga, meditation, thinking a lot. And then even whenever I have an issue and I can't figure it out, I started using AI. AI is here, AI is now, AI works. This is my second phone, and if I ever have an issue, I've always been a loner growing up. So I never could really ask people I do hang out with my elders now. Like even a friend I made while here in Thailand, his name was John. He's 63, something like that. 63-year-old guy I met. And, you know, he's dropping a bunch of knowledge, and he studied Buddhism for maybe 20 years, maybe even longer, right? He's been military as well, but he was in 25 years. So, you know, he dropped a lot of wisdom. He told me his story about how he was in and, you know, he was going to get a court martial, and, you know, he was going to get promoted, and then he didn't get promoted. And then later on in life, he did get promoted. And you know, the people that I meet out here, and, you know, especially the older people that I meet out here, I always ask them, you know, what's your story? What's your life story? Because I've always been interested in hearing other people's life story, because everybody has a life story. Every single person has a life story. And, you know, when I was younger, I never really cared about other people. You know, playing video games growing up, it gives you this sense of, you know, I'm the protagonist, right? And you see that a lot in life, you know, people online, on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, everybody wants to be the center of attention. But back then, when the internet was young, you didn't really see that. The only people that were center of attention were people that were, you know, literally just put themselves out on the internet themselves, and that would gain them attention. Now you need the glitz, the glamour, the editing, the lights, the extra. But recently on YouTube, you know, the algorithm is showing me more of the human side, and I love that shit so much more, to just get a glimpse into someone's life, and it's just telling the raw emotion, or telling them telling their struggle, or telling what they've learned. You know, recently 2 videos that I came across, I'm gonna pull them up while I'm talking. It was essentially a 50-year-old Japanese man. You know, he was talking about his life, and the video was very popular for him. Like, it blew up in the algorithm, and you know, now he's using it to, you know, of course, use it as a career. You know, I don't blame him for it, of course. But I also love watching the Report of the Week. The Report of the Week is one of my favorite food reviewers. You know, maybe you've seen him around, maybe you haven't. The guy that, you know, wears a suit and he'll eat fast food and he'll talk about it. Also keeps me up to date in the fast food in America, and apparently it's expensive and it's shit. So at this point, if you're living in America, you might as well just start cooking or find someone to cook, because $30 for fast food is outrageous. Out here, $30 is like 3 meals or 4 meals, honestly. Oh yeah, here. I'm a 50-year-old Japanese man, and I'm really worried about my future. I believe that's what it says at cutoff, right? And, you know, it's a 15-minute video. He talked about his life and, you know, his job, and he's talking about his children and a whole bunch of stuff. And it's like so personal. It has 400,000 views, and it's so good to just get a glimpse into somebody's life, and it's just natural. Now, every video, you get like 30 seconds of something interesting, and then it's like, by the way, today's video was sponsored by, name the 5 sponsors that everybody is sponsored by. Yeah, we can make a game out of it. Okay, let's see. There's BetterHelp, there's HelloFresh, there's Ray Shadow Legends, there's NordVPN, there's Surfsharp VPN, there is, what else? Y'all let me know in the comments below what other sponsorships you guys have seen. And then there's another video, what being ripped taught me about women. And this was a great video, and this video came out 4 years ago. He made an update video, what women think about muscles, and he purposely made the update video because the algorithm found that video. So here's the videos I'm talking about, right here. So if you ever wanted to go see them, here's the 50-year-old Japanese man as well. Yeah, so these videos are great for me, like personally, because I get a glimpse into other people's lives that they purposely share on the internet. And it's just like, you know, I'm gonna do that again, because why not? Like, even though I feel like I'm 26 years old, I don't have much life experience compared, right? But if I stop comparing myself, which is the hard part, even though I tell other people, you know, don't compare yourself, you know, even I fall into that. You know, what do I have to offer that the 60-year-old people can't? You know what I'm saying? Or they're 60, they're 70, you know, they automatically have a type of life experience and life wisdom that I seek. And, you know, with me seeking that knowledge or seeking the information, you know, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is like, I already knew that. And that's essentially because I always hang out with older people. So, you know, the knowledge that I do gain is pretty repetitive, guys, honestly. And I think that's what's helped me, at least recently. When I say recently, I mean within the span of this video, you know, realize the things in life that we do, a lot of the things that we're taught is regurgitated by someone else. And not only that, a lot of other people have already been regurgitated that information. So what I'm saying is the things that you know, somebody else knows, and you guys got it from two different sources. Why is that? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys are educated. You guys could type out many different things, right? You know, I think I'm personally going to step away from like knowledge and just ask more questions, because, you know, even though I have a lot of wisdom in me and I do have a lot of knowledge in me, I'm well educated. I feel like I'm decently spoken, even though I'm well spoken. I feel like it's decent, even though I can't hold a candle to the top 10%. Well, they're the top 10%. So of course, 90% of us can't really hold a candle to them anyway, right? So why try? But, you know, it's something in me that's like, I want to be the best version of me, right? The old Army, US Army model is be the best you can be, right? And essentially that hit home for me. It's like, be the best you can be. Fuck yeah. Join the army, right? No, but essentially like, yeah, man, be the best version of you that you can be. But that's up to you if you want to do that. You can purposely not live up to what others expect of you. You could purposely not live up to what you expect of yourself. Why do that? Because it's easier. Because living up to the best possible version of yourself is honestly so hard, and it takes so much discipline. In the world that we live in, it's so much easier to just be lazy, and it's honestly expected. And if anything, you're cultivated into becoming less of yourself. All these videos taking up your attention span. If you're to sit here and watch this 13-minute video versus watching the potential 50, 100 TikToks, it is what it is. You know, what can I teach you that somebody else couldn't? I don't know. I don't think I'm some special guru. I think I'm just a normal human being that's lived a pretty extraordinary life. But at the same time, you probably live an extraordinary life too, and you just don't realize it. Or maybe you lived a normal life and the extraordinary part is around the corner. Who knows, right? It's up to you. You got to live your life. And the way I live my life now, after I do this fast, you know, I'm gonna come back with another video, shirtless, same position, same environment, and we'll see. Did doing a 7-day fast, did I learn anything? Doing a 10-day fast, did I learn anything? You know, I have a feeling inside my body, oh, why don't I go up to the temple and live with the monks for like 2 weeks or a month or 2 months? And honestly, there's only so much the monks can teach me. And the more that I run to try and find some type of solution to my problems, the more that I run away from my true self. And I honestly feel that. You know, I always thought growing up, life was gonna be whatever you make it. And even though that is true, it is whatever you make it. It feels like, for me, I can't figure out what I wanted to make it. I've done so much in such a short amount of time, and it feels like it's been a fast, it's been like a quick ride. But when I look back at it, it's like, bro, I just graduated high school, what, 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. That's not a long time. And in that short span, I've done a lot. But in doing so much in such a short amount of time, you know, am I really getting the true experience of life? I don't fucking know. You know, life is its own experience. Everybody has a different experience. And, you know, the more I think about it, the more I feel like, you know, I'm going to drive myself insane trying to figure it out. But we'll see. I'm just going to keep moving forward. You know, that's all you can really do, you know. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. And you know what's crazy? It's so weird having an audience or having people that do listen or do watch. I remember back in the day, you know, if I was to make a video like this, I'd just be making it for myself. And now whenever I do make a video like this, it's like, hey, there are people listening. There are younger people that are looking up to you, are listening to what you have to say. There's older people that are listening too. You know, there's people that are listening with an open mind, and then there's other people that are listening to critique it. And then there's other people that are listening because they're bored and they just have nothing to do, so they put the video on. Regardless of the reason why you're listening, I appreciate your existence, honestly. Because without you guys, well, then I'd be talking to nobody. I'd just be a crazy man. But I guess we're all a little bit crazy. I don't know. I really don't. But thank you for being here for my mental vent. You know, it was a good distraction. Now I gotta go back to being hungry. I'm not gonna hold up your guys' time anymore. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. If you got any things you wanna add, there's the comment section, feel free. And until then, till my, it's been 3 days. I'll be back in 2 days, maybe 3 days, to talk about the progress so far. Also, my first meal that I'm gonna eat is definitely there's this awesome salad place in Chiang Mai. I don't know the name of it, but it's absolutely amazing. And they have these like salad nachos with chicken and barbecue sauce, and so good. Can't wait to eat it. But at the same time, I don't want to eat it because I want to keep going. I want to see how far I can take this fast. All right, now I'm gonna end the video. Thanks for watching. Namaste, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.